Hello, Seedlings of Light. Welcome back to Black, Gray, and White. I'm Bailey.
I'm Sandy.
And welcome to part 3 of our 3-part series where we're going to discuss our experience at our Lomi Ho'oponopono class.
So I had looked up a Ho'oponopono class, and Bailey talked Bailey into going for a 3-day class in Vegas.
Didn't take much. She was like, I'm thinking about taking this class. I'll buy it if you want to go. And I was like, you bet. So I showed up with zero preparation or research done.
And it was called Sacred Lomi, and I was going for the Ho'oponopono part.
See part 1.
And so we go to the class, and it's a motel, and it's got both of the conference rooms open, and all around are chairs up against the wall.
In a circle. There's
in a big
50
circle.
people there.
So we find our seat, and they have tapestries hanging down. So I picked the prettiest tapestry to go sit in front of. And
because that's how we do.
That's right, because I went with the pretty one. And we have to go around and introduce ourselves, like how we found the class, our names, and our
what
experience.
do we do, our occupation, right? All the things.
So they start on the one side.
Furthest from us.
Yes. And Bailey's the first one. So you can
go. So it's going around. They're going around in a circle, right? Massage therapist, massage therapist, massage therapist, massage therapist, massage therapist, right? Everybody.
From around the world. There were so many people that traveled.
Worldwide. Canada.
Oh,
we had
yeah.
a Canadian and Canadian.
Did you really mean to say
I
that?
know. I was saying Canadian, and I didn't know how to do Canadian. Well, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. So, just how to use the Ho'oponopono prayer instance. Sample. So, there's 50 people there, and they're going around massage therapist, massage therapist, massage therapist. And then they get to me. Everybody in front of me has been a massage therapist. I am not. So I say office worker, right? That's what I was at the time, was an office worker, and just try to muddle my way through. Because as they're going around explaining it, I'm learning about what the class I'm about to take is. So everybody that goes around saying something, I'm like, oh, so that's what we're doing here. And to be completely honest, I thought receiving massages for 3 days didn't sound so bad. So I was like, I'm in, right? Like, this sounds great. You can practice on me. Sounds like a good way to stand up.
So we go around and we introduce ourselves, and we are the only 2.
So the 48 people in the class were massage therapists.
2 were not. Guess who?
Guess who? Yeah, that's right. It was us.
So we're listening and going around this, and so it starts out, and was it dancing first? But we had so they have some warm-up exercises, right? And if you ever do the team training, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Right here. Team training's right here. This was about if you do self-help workshops, maybe.
And so they played music, and they asked you to freestyle dance around the conference room to loosen up.
Are you doing the next part? Is that the next?
Yeah. So basically you just
feel the music and move whichever way you want, which I am not very rhythmic, but I worked very hard to be for that. And then they start again, right?
It
so
was
they did
like
that.
a whole room doing interpreted dance moves, and me.
Just walking.
You actually do. You do much better.
I'm gonna live in the moment. We're gonna do this.
And
you paid.
Me.
You paid for this damn class. I'm gonna get my money's worth.
So we have to go around for 20 minutes.
So in stages. So for the first 5 minutes, you just free dance, right? And then he stops you, groups everybody up, and he goes, "Now you're gonna do the same thing, except you're going to make eye contact with everybody that you pass." And he didn't say this, but I heard aggressive eye contact because that's the only type of eye contact I know how to make. So all of a sudden, I'm passing people, just doing my thing. People are avoiding my eyes. I don't understand why. I'm just trying to connect and follow the rules.
Yes.
So that was this.
So that was the morning.
Of day one
morning. And so we go to lunch, and we head over across the street to the bar that sells food. And the massage therapist all brought their lunch or went to some health food store.
Yeah, we're not
Nope.
about that. French fries.
We had French fries for lunch, and we're all telling. And Bailey says to me, "What did you sign us up for?" And I said,
I had a lot more questions at lunch than I did in the morning, that's for sure.
I had a lot of questions myself. It was quite different than what I was thinking. In fact, the Ho'oponopono part that I was excited for, I
Didn't
thought,
even make it into the introduction. He didn't even touch
No.
on it. Wasn't even part of it.
it was this big to the class. In fact, I had to say, well, I wanted to come for the Ho'oponopono part. And they go, oh, the forgiveness prayer. That was it.
That was the touching. That was the class on it.
So I went, oh, so then we come back from lunch and we're all sitting around in this room and they have a massage chair sitting,
Table.
set up, table, massage table, set up. And wouldn't you know that the massage table is right at eye level? So they have
One of our classmates.
get in and she shimmies out of her clothes with her towel,
The cloth
sheet over it. Bright lights everywhere.
Lights are fully on. High.
And I have to tell you, I go in full prude mode. And I'm thinking,
she's shimmying out of her clothes, and you may think, oh, well, at what point does she stop? Until she was the way that she was born, is when she stops.
she did stop.
That's
All natural. All a natural L. And I'm all,
and I can actually feel my mother's butthole just pucker.
yeah.
The seat next to me, just her mouth just immediately just.
I went, I don't know what kind of class this is going to go, but this is enough for
I'm
me.
uncomfortable.
So they're going to demonstrate how to do Lomi.
Lomi.
And it's kind of a rhythmic dance move. It's actually pretty in a sense if you get over the crude state.
Nudity.
If you get over the nudity. I don't know where this is going, but we are walking. I am walking. So they do
Which is a lot because my mom's very frugal and we paid to be here. So the fact that she's even considering us
it's
not
at
staying.
my eye level. Like all I see is this.
And then they pull the sheet up because they massage your arms and stuff. So then it's just side boob. Just right at your face.
Too much information about a gal. I didn't even know her name.
And she couldn't even cope. She couldn't even cope with it. She just took it.
I didn't know what kind of stuff was going to go on this afternoon.
So they
but I was
finished.
totally prepared.
So they finished the demonstration, which I can be honest, I wasn't paying attention to anything. I don't even remember what was taught. I was blacking out. I was just like, oh my God, do we all have to get up in front of the class, dude? And just, is this how this is going to go?
This is the next step. Because I'm drawing a freaking line in the sand.
So we're just panicky. And so then they say, okay, so you're going to break up into groups of 3, because it's 2-person massage, to do this, to practice, right? So they say this to the class, and I'm like, oh, awesome. I'm going with my mom, pick some poor other unfortunate soul to work with us. And then he says, while looking directly at me, I feel, do not come with the person you came with. I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in.
And you have to do it by height because apparently massage tables are set up for every different person's
Fun
height.
fact, didn't
So
know.
find the short people.
So then,
Which I feel, again, we should have been paired with because we're both short.
I
But
feel like
there's
we
a
should have
lot
been in
of
a group.
There were a lot of vertically challenged people in the group.
Lucky for us, lots of choices to pick from. Lucky for us.
And you know the other people are darting eye contact with us because they know we have this much skill set.
And
This
experience,
much.
like nothing.
You know they're going,
Please don't let them pick me. Please don't let them pick me. One gal actually told me no. She said it was because of her height, but I see right through her. I saw right through her nonsense. So I find my poor partners, which thank God for them, right, for having a sense of humor. And the guy said that you could undress to your comfort level, which I was like, okay, so I can just
Keep
stay
all
like
my
this,
clothes
right?
on.
Like this is fine. Like you could work on top of it. So I'm talking to the people and I'm like, okay, so like, can I just get down to my bra and underwear and you can still do it, right? Because these people are trying to learn a new skill to take to their businesses. So I'm trying to be a little
Continuing
yeah, right.
education.
Like so I'm trying to be a little bit they're
Look
trying.
at you bending.
They're trying to learn something. I'm just trying to survive, right? There's two different modes here. And I looked at him, and the one guy was really nice. He goes, "You can do whatever you're comfortable with, but for us to learn, it would be best if everything was off." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." So they're very nice. They very much cater to me. And so they go, "Do you want to go last?" And I go, "Nope, I'm going to go first because I'm not going to worry about this for the rest of the time." So
for another 3 hours.
So I lay on the table on my back. Don't know why I thought that was the best position. 0 abdominal muscles. And I try to get my clothes off. And I'm a little sweaty because I'm under a towel. So my sports bra gets stuck on about my elbow trying to go up, and it's just up to
It's
you.
like trying to take off a wet swimming suit gracefully.
Vertically. Like, no, it didn't go well. So I did it. I got it, and I'm laying down.
I think kudos for you for
Thank
doing
you.
that.
I was really proud of myself. So so I'm all self-conscious because I'm naked on a table in front of strangers. I feel like
understand why you're so
I don't feel like I should have to explain why I was self-conscious. So I was self-conscious, but so they're walking around practicing their moves. So my massage table was too close to the wall. So I had to somehow get up so that they could move the massage table. I just kind of laid there, and I was like hoping that they'd just move it with me on it, right? Like just lift it and go, like waiting for. So I'm face down, so I have to somehow get
like an ambulance chair, like with a gurney, like a gurney.
face down on a gurney. And so I had to lift myself up while covering me, right? And so this happens. So now I'm on my elbows like this. So now somehow I have to back bend up and over to spin without having my hoo-ha just paraded around. So I somehow did it. And let me tell you what, laying back down did not give
right?
0 F's about anything hanging out. I was like, listen, I'm just going to get on this table, and what you see is what you see because
We're at this point.
Because
and they
I'm
had
sweaty.
the lights.
At that point.
For demonstration purposes, every freaking light was on. So it was quite a visual.
Yeah, so
But
that you can
now
clearly see.
Now they've dimmed all the lights, so basically it's half lit.
And I would say probably it took about an hour before I relaxed while getting the massage. I think that it took
That
a
is
little
true.
bit for me to calm down.
So in my first massage, the little gal there, were both experienced. I think she had been there a couple of times, but she said, so they ask you, what do you have, any
Health conditions,
any problems,
legs,
and any athletic injuries,
which you had a list.
Yeah, athletic injuries.
And I know, I thought I was funny.
I have 0 athletic ability. So she said, she's so kind, and she leans in and she says, so is there anything we need to be concerned about? And I also leaned in and I said, I am the biggest prude there is, and I am totally uncomfortable with everything that's going on right now, just so you know.
From the beginning to the end.
So when I got undressed, bless Bailey's heart, she did it under the sheets. They said, do you want to undress under the sheets? And I said, nope. And I went to the bathroom and I undressed. So I came back with the sheet wrapped around me like this big old toga knot. I had swung that around and
The
done it up.
circulation was cut off from her.
My shoulders are starting to turn purple. And she's like, is there anything you want us to know? This is not right. This in my whole world is not right.
We're not okay with it.
I am not
okay.
And no, they were very kind. And once I told them I was modest, they put towels over parts, and they kept adjusting it. So for my modesty,
everybody
very
was
kind.
Everybody was very
kind.
nice. We haven't been through massage school, so we haven't had to.
Never.
I get naked in front of people.
Apparently,
and
this is normal for this
that's
massage.
yeah, because they practice on each other. Because one of my dear friends that I met at this class, she must have seen the panic look in my eyes after the massage, because she came over and she goes, "Good for you guys," right? Like, she gave us props. So not to say that we looked out of place, but they were very nice, very nice. Okay, so that was day one.
And then after you get your massage, we regroup.
Oh, and we have a feeling
And
circle.
then we go around and tell everybody how you feel. So everybody's expressing their emotions. And I am a very guarded person. So
Good.
that is exactly what I said. And they want to get to the deep down guts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, there was no guts showing right now. This was my guts still being here after 6 hours.
I'm proving my guts. I don't know about you guys.
So, yeah, day one, we leave, and Bailey and I are pretty irritated. Plus, you had that toothache.
I did. I had a tooth infection while I was down there. And man, let me tell you what, when I got her in that hotel room alone, I was like, what are you doing to me, man? Like, what? So to top it all off, I have hirsutism, which is excess hair growth. So how I cope with it is exposure therapy, which just means becoming incredibly Sasquatch-like and just loving myself is how I deal with it. That's my coping mechanism. So I thought this was going to be a forgiveness class. Like, what are we doing? So I look like, they're like, are your stockings on? Do you need to pull your stockings off?
They were very kind.
They were so kind. And then I turned around and saw 50-year-old man butt, and I was like, we're good. Like,
That's how close we were.
and it's a lot of physical. I just kind of want to set the scene for you. So it's like club lighting, and it smells very similar, minus alcohol, because you're giving an hour-and-a-half massage, and you're sweaty, and there is no
They did
no
keep turning the heat
ventilation. Yeah, there's no ventilation, so it just kind of clogs in there. It's just like muggy sweat is how I would say it.
So then the next morning
Yeah.
we come and we start doing more interpretive dance and loosening up. But this time we go around and you have to stop, like musical chairs.
Oh, is this one?
Yes. And you have to stop to the person right in front of you, and you have to put your hand... Stranger danger.
Hand on their heart and look them directly in their eyes. Like, once again, when they say eye contact, I feel like they mean aggressive eye contact, because that's the only way I know how to make eye contact. So this is me.
And so it's a stranger. Don't do it with the partner you came with. So you go for, was that 5 minutes? I'm not sure, but it felt like
it's like it was like if I wasn't afraid of X, or if I wasn't afraid of succeeding, I would be Y. So then you're literally bearing your emotions to this stranger with hands.
Oh, that
on
was
their
another
ship.
class where you sat down and
Yeah.
there was 3 of you and you packed down and you would have to say, if I had no fear, I would.
Oh, that's right. It was just silent staring into people's eyes.
You
That's
just
right.
sat there and stared into their eyes.
Silently communicated your uncomfortableness.
It was very, very uncomfortable. So they had a lot of barrier breakdowns, and is what they were trying to do is break down the barriers you have to get comfortable, I think, with this. So so we do that, and then the next day, we actually did sit out one massage. It's hard. It was like doing hot yoga, which I haven't done, but I feel that it would be hot yoga.
But I'm going to compare it to this.
Bailey said when I gave her a massage, I dripped down. I had a sweat drop on my...
Just a little bit of moistening to keep me awake.
Yeah. So, we go fast forward to the last day.
Mm-hmm. And we decided that we were going to be in a group, and I got my wonderful gal pal with
So
me.
Bailey had met a really nice gal that they had chatted with and stuff, and we did the three of us did massage. So Bailey and the other gal massaged me, which was very nice. And then
so we don't like to phrase it like this because we sound like horrible people. So just stick with us until the end, until we get there. But I feel like in order to give a good Lomi massage, the person that you're massaging has to cry.
Oh, they did say, well, because they said that people were having huge emotional experiences to crying to laughter. And so being non-massage therapists, we were feeling that the success of being a
Our
Lomi
successful massage is only if the person cries.
breaks down.
So win for us. She cried.
So our
And she's a good gal. She's done this. I think she said it's been like 15, 20 years, I want to say. She's been a massage therapist.
So we, so again, you start with a prayer, and they pulled mana cards and did, anyways, through the prayer, and then you focus on that prayer going through and feeling it. But she said something, same kind of like you did, that she felt surrounded by love. She said
love,
she really could feel the mother-daughter love of being in a close, loving, no condition love. Anyway, so yes, we
So
made
I
our
had-
gal cry.
Yeah, so which is a win, which once again doesn't sound great, but was great. All three of us cried. I'm just going to preface it with that. I can't speak for you, but it was one of the most powerful healing moments that I've had on my journey thus far.
Mine was a little different because I had the instructor rush over and
sprint over from across the room
and also start massaging me.
He put his fingers right under yours and just did weird things. And then this is happening, and we're told to just keep going like nothing. So I'm just supposed to pretend that my mom's
so funny
ears
because I
getting
can feel them
fondled.
go as they're massaging. They're like,
Is this really
and kind of
happening?
moving. It was hilarious. So we did that, but she gave us our gal. So the people that had we had given massages to, they did thank us for the experience. So that made me feel better that they weren't gypped during their training session.
I mean, all in all, this was a really wonderful experience, and I'm very grateful for it. I find that I have the most fun times when I go in and am completely unprepared like this. Definitely a great story to tell later.
I don't know if that's my most fun time. I will tell you that I stretched my boundaries. I was mad, angry, to accepting, to by day 3, I felt probably more trust and love with those 48 people than I did my own family.
Yep.
So I will recommend it to anyone to go. Sacred Lomi Hawaiian temple
And
style.
our instructor was named Tom.
Yeah, and they
Kokron.
do a whole thing in Hawaii, which wouldn't that be cool?
I'm sure I'll find his website and tag it too.
We need a GoFundMe site to
let
go to
us
Hawaii.
know. Yeah, because that's what you guys need to pay us for. So let us know what your favorite part of this story was and what you relate to. I mean, we all have funny massage stories. Comment down below.
Scroll down, comment.
blackgrayandwhite1@gmail.com.
Take care, guys.
Sending you lots of light and love.
Bye.